Good evening, my fellow classmates, and to you, Miss Montañez. What I brought this evening is the history of Philippine flag and Philippine anthem. Before diving into its history, let us know what is a flag first. A flag is a piece of cloth or similar material, typically oblong or square, attachable by one edge to a pole or rope. And it is also used as a symbol or emblem of a country or institution, or as a decoration during public festivities. Fun facts about Philippine national flag. The flag design was conceived by President Emilio Aguinaldo. The exact shade of blue is debated. So lahi-lahi niyang color dahil so three variants were used by subsequent government. So as the report goes by, makita dito kung unsay kalahian sa or unsa ang pagkausab-usab sa color nga blue. Second is three women stood the flag at 535 Morrison Hill Road in Hong Kong. They were Marcela Agoncillo, also known as the mother of Philippine flag, daughter of Lorenza, and Delfina Herbosa de Natividad, a niece of Dr. Jose Rizal. Third, it was first flown and waved by General Emilio Aguinaldo in Kawit, Cavite on June 12, 1898 during the Independence Day celebration. Fourth, the original Philippine flag is at Baguio City, Philippines. So if ganahan mong magpa-picture sa original nga flag na siya sa Baguio. Next is the symbols and meanings. So there are lots of meanings in the internet mentioned. I just chose those where maybe some of us already knew. The sun is symbolic of freedom, unity, democracy, and sovereignty. So, the eight rays signifying the eight provinces, so Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Bataan, Laguna, and Batangas. And then the white triangle signifies fraternity, liberty, and equality. The three stars signifies Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And then the color blue symbolizes justice, peace, and sacrifice. Lastly, the color red symbolizes valor, courage, and patriotism. So after knowing what is a flag, what are the fun facts about it, what are the meanings on the symbol in it, so let's talk about the history of the Philippine flag. First is the revolutionary beginnings. The first Philippine flag in 1898. On May 28, 1898, days after the return of General Aguinaldo from exile in Hong Kong, Filipino troops were once again engaged in battle against Spanish forces in Alapan, Cavite. It was in this skirmish that the Philippine flag was first unfurled as the revolutionary standard. So the skirmish mentioned talks about the Pinoy versus the Spanish forces. The flag with the red field on top denote the state of war. The Philippine flag in 1901 to 1907. With the war over and the Philippine leaders officially accepting American sovereignty over the islands, the Philippine flag was flown with the blue field on top. So gibalik na gikan sa red on top kay wala na war. Another is American occupation in the Commonwealth government. The Philippine flag in 1919 to 1936. Modifications were made into Aguinaldo's flag. The sun no longer had anthropomorphic features and its rays were stylized. From 1919 to 1941, Flag Day was celebrated on October of every year by virtue of Proclamation No. 18, issued by Governor-General Francis Borton Harrison in commemoration of the day. Flag law was repealed. The Philippine flag in 1936 to 1941. So as you can notice, lahi na sa forma, giusob ang forma sa sun, tas ang stars are bigger na. President Manuel L. Quezon issued the Executive Order No. 23 of 1936, instituting the description and specifications of the Filipino flag, which would remain in effect until the Second World War. So to accomplish the executive order issued by Manuel L. Quezon, Philippine flag looks like this. President Manuel L. Quezon in 1941 moved the commemoration of the Flag Day from October to June 12 after the months of inauguration of the Commonwealth. the Second Republic and the Second World War. So here we can notice that there are two flags at the same time. So the Philippine flag in 1941 to 1945. As you notice, the red field is on top again, denoting war. This is because bombing attacks on the Philippines and the American naval base at Pearl Harbor. So if nakakita or familiar mo sa movie na Pearl Harbor, dungan-dungan to siya sa bombing na nitabo sa Philippines, causing the flag raised like that. Meanwhile, the Second Philippine Republic was established in the islands under the auspices of the Empire of Japan, with Giuseppe Laurel serving as a president. The flag was raised by former President Emilio Aguinaldo and General Artemio Ricarte during the inaugural of the Second Republic on October 14, 1943. Laurel issued Executive Order No. 17 of 1943, which essentially brought back the Aguinaldo design of the Philippine flag. So, the Philippine flag of 1943 to 1944. Diba, dire na 1941 to 1945. So, the explanation nga nung nibalik na siya pag 1943 nga nung blue na sad sa babaw is October 14, 1943, Laurel issued Executive Order No. 17 of 1943, which essentially brought back the Aguinaldo's design of flag. So mao na siya yung explanation nga nung 1943 pa lang to 1944 nabalik na blue sa ibabaw. In the aftermath of the World War II, the Commonwealth of the Philippines was restored. On July 4, 1946, the Philippine independence was recognized by the United States, giving birth to the Third Republic of the Philippines. Third, Fourth, and Fifth Republics. The Philippine flag in 1985 to 1896. So as you noticed, dire na to siya ang dimension ganina nagilisa na ang color sa blue. Naimo siyang sky blue instead sa katong dark na blue. So it is because President Ferdinand Marcos issued Executive Order No. 1010 of 1985, changing the shade of blue of the Philippine flag from navy blue to light blue. So the change was due to the long-standing debate among the historians concerning the original shade of blue used in the national. So the Philippine flag in 1998 to present. So as you noticed, nabalik na siya sa navy blue because the change of color was proved unpopular. And then after the EDSA Revolution of 1986, President Corazon C. Aquino restored the pre-martial law specifications of the national flag through the Executive Order No. 292 of 1987. Commonwealth regulations were maintained until 1998, when Republic Act No. 8491, or the Flag and the Heraldic Code of the Philippines, was enacted, changing the shade of blue once again from navy to royal, viewed a suitable historical compromise to settle earlier debates. So I hope I gave you informations about the history of our flag. So now let's move forward to the Philippine National Anthem. So the Philippine National Anthem. So as we all know, the title of our Philippine National Anthem is Lupang Hinirang. Fun facts about the Philippine National Anthem. So the Philippine National Anthem is a product of revolution. So si General Emilio Aguinaldo nakalangan niya siya sa pure rally ra ang ilang buhaton. And by that, on June 5, 1898, he commissioned Juan Felipe, a combative pianist and composer, to work on a march for the revolutionists. And then, Felipe worked on the assignment for 6 days, and on June 11, sitting in front of the piano in the Aguinaldo living room, played his music before the Presidente and his lieutenants. The national anthem was heard publicly for the first time on June 12, 1898, when standing on the balcony of his Kawit mansion. Aguinaldo proclaimed Asia's first independent republic before a cheering throng. Lupang Hinirang, in English, Chosen Land, is the national anthem of the Philippines. Its music was composed in 1898 by Julian Felipe, and lyrics were adapted from the Spanish poem Filipinas written by Jose Palma in 1899. Another one is Marcia Filipina Magdalo is the original title of the Philippine National Anthem. So I have provided the English translation here. finally end my report, I leave a saying from Marcus Garvey. A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without the roots.